Good morning, friends. It's Friday again, so you know what that means. Virtual story class time, yay! I've missed you all this week, but I'm glad to be back here with you today. It's Friday, October 16th, and I have a couple of special sponsors to thank today. We have funding that has been provided by the Pennsylvania Humanities Council and the National Endowment for the Humanities as part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act of 2020. And I would also like to give a huge shout out to Snell's Auto Sales. These two organizations are helping us give you the fun that you take home with you every week. Okay? So today's theme is art. We are going to read two books. I wanted to do rock painting, so that's going to be a craft today. And so our first book is going to be called Scribble Stones by Diane Alber. Okay. This story is about one happy stone who was all gray and round and rarely alone. He lived with the others, all stacked in a pile, and waited calmly with a large, friendly smile. Each stone had a purpose, but it wasn't known yet. Some would be landscaping, and some a stone pet. There were so many things that the stones could be. The hardest part was just waiting to see. Stone knew that his purpose would brighten someone's day. He just wasn't sure how or in what kind of way. He imagined the things that he might soon become as he watched all the stones get picked one by one. But his happy face slowly turned to a frown as he watched the tall piles start to dwindle on down. And although he was worried, he tried not to care until it was clear he was the last one there. Oh no, this little guy's all alone. Then it finally happened. Stone was quickly picked up. He was placed on a desk next to a very large cup. As Stone looked around, he thought, "This is so great," but he soon discovered he was a dull paperweight. "I'm supposed to bring happiness, not hold paper still. There must be a mistake. This just can't be my skill." Then, all of a sudden, a splatter flew high, and then some bright scribbles came wiggling by. They were headed right towards the short paper stack, and they filled up the paper on the front and the back. They were all making art. It was happening so fast. Stone feared that the paper would simply not last. See all the scribbles? They're scribbling away. He couldn't believe just how much the pile grew. Then he heard a small cry from the fun splatter crew. "We know that this pile was getting too tall. There's no more paper. We have used it all." The scribbles all cried. They now saw it too. "Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, what will we do?" Stone didn't want the scribbles to cry, so he thought of something that they could all try. He slowly rolled down the very last pile and said, "I know how to make you all smile. I know I'm not paper, but I like art too. Do you think you could spare some red, yellow, and blue?" They loved the idea, and they could not wait to start. Scribble began making a happiness heart. Splatter then painted some pale baby blue. Another scribble added a sunny gold hue. It didn't take long before more stones showed up, and soon the line grew behind the large red cup. To Stone's surprise, he was picked up once more. He had never heard of this happening before. More art was added, and he was on his way to become a small gift to brighten someone's day. Nearby, another stone's journey had begun. He was spreading such happiness and having great fun. Every time he traveled, someone added their part, sometimes just a scribble and sometimes fancy art. Look at all that. Those stones are beautiful. With each new layer, there was a story to share, and soon Scribble Stones were seen everywhere. They traveled the planet. It was quite an event, bringing happiness and fun wherever they went. Now thousands of stones inspire creativity each day, all because of a paperweight with a will and a way. Okay, so we're going to do a Scribble Stone art project. And Scribble Stones are intended to inspire creativity and to spread happiness through art. What I want you guys to do is in your craft bags, I am going to supply you with a rock. It'll be a nice, smooth, round rock. Miss Jenn used a weird square-looking rock, and I drew a little sun with a little house, and guess what? It broke. So we're not going to have that happen with your guys's. So find a stone. I want you to scribble and splatter and paint some hearts and paint some sun. Do whatever makes you happy. And then you can keep it or you can give it to someone. Or I know a lot of you like to hide your rocks that you go out and paint, that you paint. So you could hide them at the park. You could hide them, under a tree or anywhere. Really, you could hide them anywhere. All right? And make sure you send us pictures of your Scribble Stones. Now, I'm going to read one more story. I love this book. It's one of my favorites. It's called I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. And it is by Karen Beaumont. One day, my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling, and the walls, and the curtains, and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. I bet that mama wasn't happy. Ya ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Ah, what the heck. Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Oh my goodness, she's gonna be in so much trouble. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my, what do you think? Arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut. I'm gonna paint my... What? Y'all don't faint, 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. The end. My favorite. All right, everyone. So in your craft bags this week, you'll be getting a rock. And you guys can go out and find your own rocks too, but I'll put one in there for you. A rock, a paint marker, some chalk, and I am going to just throw in a whole bunch of different art supplies, tissue paper, construction paper, cotton balls, pom-poms, just a whole bunch of stuff to see what you guys can create on your own, okay? All right, now it's time for our song. Let's do head, shoulders, knees, and toes. No, we're not doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I changed my mind. Let's do if you're happy and you know it. Now, Miss Jen had a hard time with that when Miss Flora and I did it the other day, okay? Or what was it? For summer reading, I think it was. Some of you might have watched. So let's see if I can do better. Ready? Are you ready? Are you up? Yeah? All right. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Miss Jen almost messed up. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. Oops. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. What comes next? If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! Yay! Good job! Mwah. All right, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.